Okay. We're going to spill some tea. We might be moving. We also might have a sibling on the way. Well, not me. I hope not. And we're also quitting YouTube.
Welcome back to your Cup of Tea podcast. It's your boy Josh.
And it's your girl Katie. And today we are going to find out some things.
We're spilling the tea. We wanted to end off 2023 with a bang and answer all of your guys' questions from the year that you guys have been thinking about, and some new questions with the baby, of course.
I can't believe 2023 is coming to an end so fast. Like literally last year at this time, I was pregnant and had no idea. Yeah. Like Sky was already a part of our lives.
We had also just started our podcast, so we're over a year in the podcast now. It's been going crazy. Thank you guys for all the support. Yeah. We really appreciate it.
It's been so much fun.
Again, today we want to answer all your questions. You saw us house shopping.
Oh yeah.
So you guys got a lot of questions.
That raised lots of questions, comments, concerns.
Yeah.
We'll get into that though.
Okay, so we're just gonna rip off some of the questions you guys asked. So here we go. Do y'all still have sex?
No, actually.
I don't know. There's no reason why I started with that one. That's the top one. That's always a commonly asked question.
I'm waiting till I'm married.
That's a commonly asked question. I don't know why.
Well, do we?
Yeah, we do. We do.
Guys, why would someone ask, like...
I don't know. I think people assume that like once you have a kid, like you don't have sex anymore, and then like once you get married, it's like all the fun, romantic love life just goes out the window especially because you had a kid and now you don't do anything fun. And
I will say, I feel like it can be a little harder to like make time or to push it under the rug, but it hasn't for us. But I could see how it could. Like the busier you get, and like with a kid, and like it's like if you normally were just you two chilling, whatever, and then like now you're taking care of a kid, like you can get more distracted with your time.
I could definitely see how it would get harder.
And not saying a kid's a distraction, I'm saying from like that. No, we're chilling.
The answer is we are still, yes.
Oh my God, that question. It's so funny how everyone was always so curious about that question too. I feel like I don't know, you guys are like little dirty kids or something.
All right, how is Vlogmas going? And
do you want to explain this one, Josh? Do you want to explain this one?
Why? Oh my gosh. Okay, it is a little bit my fault, but like
no,
also
it's 100%.
A little your fault.
No.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay, I think it's a combined effort, but I know where you're gonna go with this. I'll even let you go first. Go ahead.
So basically, we kind of both decided not to do Vlogmas on YouTube because it was just like we have a lot going on, especially like with JT Fit Black Friday.
But with like. We've done a Vlogmas every single year since we started dating.
And
we'll still do Vlogmas on TikTok.
Yeah, and I thought
memories.
I thought it'd be fun. It's like I'm like I want to look back, especially like with videos like with Sky and stuff. Like I love everything we film because then I can look back and all the memories and stuff. And so to me, I was like, I still want to do that on TikTok, but not hold that pressure to where every single one even has to be a vlog. Like it could just be like little clips in the day with some music over. So it's like I can remember it and still see it. And like I just think it's fun. And I've like grown up doing Vlogmas on YouTube. So I was like, it'll still be fun to be able to do it in some way. And so we were going strong for a couple of days, like maybe like 6 days.
Okay, and then Josh is like, hold on, let me jump in. What had happened is we started doing Vlogmas on TikTok, right? And they were like 4-minute long videos. And in my head, I was like, okay, we're filming all this content for Vlogmas, but we're literally cropping out like every part of us talking. And they're still 4 minutes long. I'm like, okay, so we might as well just do YouTube. We're filming so much content. Like this could be a YouTube video. It literally, when I'm putting it in to edit it, it's like 8 minutes long.
Because
I'm like, but now we're not even like get to interact.
Because in my opinion, it's a lot more work filming YouTube videos. And like, then you have to take a thumbnap, make the thumbnail, upload the video. It's way more back end work. And then also I'm like, the videos are kind of like, I feel like if there's no, like, we have to be doing something in the day. Sometimes with TikTok, it could be shorter and I could just be putting it to music and there doesn't have to be like talking or anything. Like it's way easier to do TikTok.
No, I think TikTok, I think it is way easier.
Like there has to be a lot more content for YouTube, I feel.
In my head, like I think I low-key got a little sad because I started reading the comments and like everyone's like, oh wait, you're not going to do Vlogmas on YouTube? Like,
yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's like your first Vlogmas with your child and you're not doing it on YouTube. And I was like, oh, you're so right. Like, I remember, I still look back to this day to our first Vlogmas together. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we were so young. Like
I love watching back our old
back
videos.
then. So I like love watching those back and like just to reminisce here and there. Like, obviously we don't watch them often, but and now I'm thinking, I'm like, well, this is our first Christmas with Sky. And like, I can't imagine. I'm like, oh my God, like we're not even like I'm gonna be sad. But obviously, we're still vlogging. We're still putting content out there. We're not doing
So
Vlogmas.
we still
If
have
you guys
stuff.
haven't noticed,
We'll still have stuff we can look back at. And to me, like when you said that, I was like, okay, then we're going all in YouTube. Day 2, you were like, I don't know anymore.
yeah, honestly,
And
like
I'm like,
day 2.
oh my gosh, now
No.
you just ruined our streak for TikTok. I was going hard at TikTok, and then you switched to YouTube, and so that's kind of where I was like,
But in life, you know, you fall off the wagon and you just hop back on.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think we hold like this pressure, and we definitely do. Where it's like when we say we're gonna do something, we do it. And so I think it's been a little confusing because we switched it back and forth, and by we I mean we definitely would have done it for TikTok. It's just honestly, it's sometimes like it just didn't make sense for us. It was
And, like,
very time consuming,
we
and
were
like we
in
had a lot of
Hawaii.
other busy stuff going on.
We were in Hawaii,
and then we
and there
went
was
to
like finally
Hawaii.
like a little bit of a break from like I feel like we were working so hard, especially with everything with JD Fit and leading up and doing all social media. And like when you do social media, when you're on vacation, you still work. It's not nearly as much. Like I
Yeah,
can't
it's
complain
easy.
because it's like such a fun thing. But it still is. It's like sometimes you just don't want to think about like editing videos or making things, especially
Yeah.
when you're like in Hawaii. Like you're like, I just want to go to the beach. I just want to do this. And so like it kind of got hard doing Vlogmas then too. So then I was like, I
I
don't
think
know.
we're
It's kinda made it hard.
teeter-tottering on this fine line of like we really love doing YouTube and
Yes.
what we've done, and like there was times previously where we posted on YouTube every single day. It was so natural,
But
and now
also
we're
there
like on
wasn't
that fine line of like, oh, like love posting on YouTube, but like also like this is gonna take away time from like hanging out with my daughter
exactly.
and like
It's
being
like
with these creating these awesome memories with my family.
which you can
Which you can
submerge
still
the two, but
do,
sometimes it's
yes.
like you just want like we just want camera down, like all
Yeah.
focus, like and I still think you can like totally enjoy moments with a camera there.
I
I just
agree.
think
I agree.
sometimes it's like when you're not thinking about it, it's just like it's just another thing on your mind. And sometimes
Yeah.
it's nice to not to
Sometimes
separate
it's
the
really
two.
nice to live in the moment, and you still
Yeah.
live in the moment with the camera on. It's just
It's just
I
something you
don't
don't
know
have
how
to
to
think
put it.
about.
Yeah, I don't know how to put it. It's something when we've done it for so long, so like it is super like easy to pick
Also,
it up and do it, and we want to share these memories with you guys. It's like the want is so there. It's just like in the
also
heat of the moment, it's like don't really want to pick it up right now.
the thing is too is like now that TikTok is so big and shorts and all this and like you have to make short form content, it's kind of impossible to make both at the same time. Like if you're doing like videos like and like I
Well, again,
love
you don't have to, but like we like to post on all. So it was like ideally it was like, oh, we'll do TikTok so we can post a TikTok short on Instagram Reels and on YouTube and on Snapchat. That way, like for everybody to see, like you, because some people aren't allowed to have YouTube, some people aren't allowed to have TikTok. So it's like it works for everybody.
well I love posting.
That
I
was the
love
initial idea.
I love
Sorry.
so you're good. I love making content, like whether it's I love making TikToks, I love making YouTube videos. It's just hard when they're the same like day. I don't know, of doing does that make sense? Like if I let's say we were going on a boat and I'm making a YouTube video about it, like us going on a boat, like our first time going on a boat with Sky. And if I made like a TikTok vlog and a YouTube video, it's like I had to film everything twice instead of just like doing it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Which
But-
like again, I don't want to sound like we're complaining.
No,
we're
no,
we're
no.
just explaining why
Yeah.
we haven't been posting.
But I still
It's
want to
really nothing
upload. I
bad.
still want to upload a lot of videos and upload a lot of TikToks, just not commit to it every single day. Makes
Yeah,
it hard.
I think we're gonna film like a couple of videos when we're back in Michigan,
Yeah.
like especially just to still have the memories. And obviously, I think we want to film on Christmas Day, but
Yeah.
it's not like she's really opening presents. So, but it's her first Christmas,
might.
so like I'd love to. I want.
Yeah, it's the memories.
You know?
Look back and be like, oh my gosh, it's like a home video.
With that being said, someone asked, when are you going back to Michigan? We go back this week. And we're gonna
Yeah.
be spending Christmas there.
I'm
but
so
not
excited to
New
go
Year's.
back because she's gonna meet so many like family members and stuff. So that's gonna be really fun. I'm also a little nervous because everyone is always sick in Michigan because the weather's so bad. So it's like we have to be
cold
cautious of
there.
that. But
I know it's kind of nerve. It's like
It's
makes me
scary.
nervous having a baby.
because I'm not normally the person who's like,
But I didn't have this thought traveling to Hawaii. I was like,
No.
it's warm there.
but it's
like,
because I keep hearing
no
of all
one's
these
sick.
people back home that are sick. And I'm like, okay, hopefully they get over it by then. Because also it's like when you're there, you're not trying to let them not meet your baby. But if they're sick, obviously, like you can't be around a baby when you're sick. But I just feel like it's that season. So you get a little more like, oh, like, I don't know. But it's a lot of it's out of your control. You can only do your best to like separate and keep your baby safe. And then
Someone asked what Christmas presents we got for baby girl.
Interrupt the podcast real quick for a sponsorship from Phorm. You guys know we love Phorm.
2024 is right around the corner, and we want to help you guys reach your fitness goals, all your fitness needs. And Phorm is a high performance lifestyle brand, and that's what we're all aiming for in 2024.
Yeah. So honestly, just set yourself up and get your products right now because they have so many different fitness supplements too, different clothing. It's like set yourself up for success.
Whether you need something to enhance your workout, a little caffeine for your day, as I'm sipping on a Phorm energy drink right now.
Some pre-workout, or even just like protein bars and snacks, or even to like more so take care of your body, like amino acids and the greens, the reds,
multivitamins.
They have so many different products on their website that we 100% back and support. And
or maybe you just want to check out some of their high performance lifestyle apparel that they also have. So plenty of options with Phorm, and we actually do have a link that you guys can shop it down below. It does support your Cup of Tea podcast, so if you guys could make sure you guys use those links.
Yeah, Josh is currently drinking the blue raspberry energy drink. I love their energy drinks. They are so freaking good, and they just get me so excited.
Honestly, all I've had today is Phorm. I had a Phorm protein drink this morning.
I thought you meant just the energy drink.
No, just a protein drink this morning, and now we're on the energy drink. It's almost time for lunch. Obviously, I gotta get some lunch in the system.
Yeah, what are you gonna eat?
That's why they call it a supplement, because I'm supplementing it in because I didn't have anything to eat for breakfast. But if you guys want to check them out, use the links down below and support JD and your Cup of Tea.
I bought her one thing yesterday.
What'd you get her?
I can't say. It's a surprise.
Can't say?
Well, because I got it shipped to my parents. Oh no, I remember now. I need to get her like one more thing, just so we have like two things to open. It's really not for her. Like it's really just for us and like the memories. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it was up to me,
I feel like
I probably wouldn't buy her.
I really want to know if you have a baby or newborn. It was their first Christmas. Did you buy him a gift, or like one gift or something, or did you not? Because obviously it's like stupid, kind of, but then also I see both sides. I'm like, it's not like I want to open a gift, even though I know what I'm getting her. I'm wrapping it.
Right.
Like I don't know why I want to do that.
Oh, you're wrapping it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it. Because I'm gonna see.
But then you're gonna wrap it and then proceed to unwrap it for her. Okay. Or actually wrap it, I'll unwrap it, because I don't know.
Well, yeah, exactly. I think it's still cute. It's not
it's definitely
I'm not going overboard. I'm not going to get her a whole bunch of stuff, like, especially since we're in a different state. I think it's fun and cute.
Yeah. I mean, regardless if it wasn't like a quote unquote gift, you still probably would buy her something anyways for like, the time being. Like, I feel like mothers, fathers, like they buy their kids stuff.
But I'm curious, like, do people like, have you done that with your newborns, or did you just not? Because I've seen other people say like, oh, they've done it, so I'm like, because I want to, but it also seems pointless too. But I'm like, oh, it seems like fun. Like
the idea sounds.
It's more for me and you. 100%. It's not for her. Like she's not gonna remember it, but it's also fun for her maybe to look back and see. I don't know.
It is kind of weird to think about, like, because even when we were in Hawaii, it was like, oh, like first time like Sky's at the beach, like putting her toes in the sand, like first time going to the ocean, and then I'm thinking, and I'm like, yeah, but she's like 3 months old. Like I can't remember anything till I was like 4 or 5 years old. Like,
yeah.
And that's even crazier to think, because I feel like when you have like a 2-year-old and they're talking to you and like walking, you would think they're going to remember these like awesome trip memories.
But there is something that within, who just told us this? It's like within the first couple of years of their life is when it's a development stage. So of course, it really does. They just don't remember it.
Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't have any effect, but it's just weird to think like, because for us, we'll never forget these moments, but like she'll never even.
Yeah, I think when it's a baby, it's more so like the parents' moments, and then once they get a little bit bigger, and also giving them experiences that maybe even could put like.
But what is cool is obviously we have these videos, so
she can look back at on them. Yeah, I think
really that'd be so cool if my parents had. I would be so curious what my parents were like back then. Sorry to like kind of interrupt you, but
no, you're good.
But like, and also just to see like what we were doing as babies and stuff. Like obviously we have pictures, but
I would love to see I would love to see all of that. Like that would be just so interesting to me. Like to see my parents' relationship, to see my brothers, my sister. I don't know. I just think that'd be cool.
Like even the goofy things we call her, like we call her like Chonkzilla and like all these goofy things. Like
I'd be like, oh, you guys called me that.
Like I feel like in 20 years when she's older, like we're gonna forget like. Maybe we forget that we called her that, but it's like, oh my God, like look at this video. And she's like, why'd you guys call me that?
I want so bad. Like I've literally tried watching home videos with my mom, and like I feel like I could never get little clips of me talking. Like it's always like, oh, there you are for a second. It's like a family Christmas one, and it's like just the camera's going everywhere. Like no one's talking into the camera, or like I want to see like
It's
me.
more like nostalgic, I feel like just like a camera was set up and like life is happening.
I want to see like, I would just love to see home videos of me. Like that would be interesting.
I think it'd be fun
To see like what my voice sounded like, and I even think it'd be so cool as a parent, like looking back at videos of your kid and be like, because kids' voices are so precious when they're little, and then like obviously you get like your normal adult voice,
Yeah.
but like, and it changes like from like a 2-year-old talking to a 6-year-old, and then when they're 10, like, and it's so cute to see. Even like my niece, one of my nieces is I think 11 now, and there's that video of her on YouTube, and I'll watch it back sometimes because the way she says my dad's name, well, she calls him Pa, but she's like,
Aw.
hi Pa, and it's like the cutest little voice ever, and I'll like watch back because I just think it's so precious, but she doesn't
That
sound
is
like that
cute.
anymore, you know. To
Yeah.
have that on video is cool.
Moving on, someone wants to know, and this is, I think, an interesting question. Advice for making adult friends. And like when I originally read that, I was like, well, I didn't know because. But then I'm like, wait, we are adults. Like to me, does it feel any different making adult friends?
No.
Like quote unquote adult friends?
Well, when you're in high school, it's different. It's just like
True.
whoever's in your class and you talk to. But
Yeah.
when you're an adult, you definitely have to make an effort. So there is actually a big difference.
That is true. You definitely have to make a way more of an effort because obviously in high school you're seeing each other, or in college you're seeing people like usually often, like in the hallways or at school in your classes.
Yeah.
But then
I would say
obviously as an adult, like
just
you
ask
really
people,
have to
get
go out
coffee,
and make the effort to
ask
see people.
people to go do things. Like just don't be scared.
But I think it's also the same as like people in your environment or your community. Like we see people at church. We see people like at sporting events. When we play sports, like that community. I don't know. That's a weird one. I thought it doesn't feel weird because like to me in my head, I'm like,
yeah.
I don't see, like I don't visualize, like when I see our friends, I'm like, oh, they're my adult friends. Like I felt that.
Because you also grew up with all them.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've grown up with them even the past like 6 years, 5-6 years.
Well, even our friends here though that
Yeah.
we didn't grow up with, like I wouldn't like be like, oh, this is my adult friend. Like I feel like that was weird to
But
think.
it
But
is-
I'm like, yeah, we are adults. Duh.
Literally.
Duh.
Sometimes I forget.
Yeah, I know. So that's what I'm trying to say. I like kind of like forget. I'm like, oh
I'm like,
yeah.
at what age does that hit you to where you're just like, I mean, obviously I feel like an adult, like
I think the weirdest thing with making adult friends is depending on like people's situations. Like some people are still like maybe they're just getting out of college or they're just getting into their business that they're doing, so like they're super focused on that,
or
and,
they're
like,
partying and you have a
Yeah.
significant other, so you're like in a different boat. You're like, I'm not single trying to go and party at the club, or like there's just different phases of life, and sometimes you can totally have friends in different phases, but you definitely need some friends that are in the same phase because it's like
Yeah.
you're gonna have more similarities in like what you guys would want to do. So I think that's also can make it a little difficult because like when you're in high school, okay, all your friends are in high school. When you're in college, it's like all your college friends.
Yep.
You're all in the same stage of life.
Well, yeah, I know like some 28-year-olds that just work a 9 to 5 and like that's the job they expect to be in, the career they want to be in for like the rest of their lives. And I know 28-year-olds that like are trying to hustle and grind and start like a new business, and
Or
like so
28-year-olds
they're
with the full
working like
family.
80 hours a week doing that. I know 28-year-olds that have 4 kids.
Yeah,
Like,
so it just
there's
really
so many different layers and like situations. So
yeah.
that is an interesting question. I thought it was funny. Baby number 2 question mark. I'm sure that one's gonna pop up in here a ton of times. So let's
one's
just
gonna-
get into it. And funny enough, they asked that because
We just talked about this yesterday.
I just asked you the other day
Not like
about it.
seriously, we didn't like seriously set a timeline.
All I said is Sky needs a sibling, or she doesn't even need it. She wants a sibling.
Oh, is that what
That's
she
what
told
she
you?
told me when
So
she did. Like she was like, I was like, oh yeah, you want a sibling? And she goes,
I almost like
Like that.
because we've kind of said like when, but like maybe we changed it, maybe we didn't.
Support for today's episode comes from One Skin.
Okay, guys, as the outdoor seasons are changing, it's becoming more winter. You know, the leaves are gone, the snow is coming. Let your skin undergo its own transformation with One Skin. Their products work tirelessly to repair, rejuvenate, and erase signs of some sun damage, ensuring you step into the next season with the healthiest skin of your life. We personally love One Skin because I love how soft it makes my skin feel.
Yep.
And just like like I know it's such a good brand, and I feel like especially when you get older, like you care so
Facts.
much
And with the
about
new year
skin.
coming up right around the corner, you want to make sure you have a good skincare routine ready to go. So,
Oh yeah, that is one thing I feel like when you, especially when guys are dating girls, like girls always get guys into like a good skincare
Katie B
routine.
has got my skincare
I've
routine dialed
transformed
in.
him. And the one thing I really love about OneSkin is treating the symptom rather than the root causes of aging has been the norm. Most skincare available on the market is designed to provide a temporary reduction in visible signs of aging, addressing from like just the surface symptoms of underlying decline in skin health. But OneSkin actually like targets like the root causes. So you know it's making like an actual transformation in your skin, which I think is super, super important.
And we actually do have a discount code for you guys this holiday
Yeah.
season.
So OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. OneSkin addresses skin health at the molecule level, targeting the root causes of aging so skin behaves, feels, and appears younger. It's time to get started with your new face, eyes, and body routine at a discounted rate today. Get 15% off with the code YourCoupleT at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code YourCoupleT. We only have one body at OneSkin, and only you can choose to make it better. Age healthy with OneSkin. I almost say like we shouldn't tell anyone. That way it's just like a total surprise.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a surprise. I'm not saying when.
Well, also we don't know
We
when
don't
because
know
no one
when.
got
Yeah.
timing. So
But I would say, me personally, I'm like, if you were pregnant right now, I wouldn't be mad.
I think I would.
Would
No,
you?
I wouldn't be mad. I would just be like, oh, that's a little sooner than
Yeah, yeah, not
I would be
mad,
like,
but
oh,
like
but it is
surprised.
weird though, because I feel like once you're like at the end of pregnancy, and that wasn't that long ago for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need like a solid year plus off, like from even thinking about being pregnant. And then it's like and people told me this, like this weird like thing when once you're not pregnant, you forget about it all. But
Yeah, I think that's with a lot of
but
stuff.
I definitely think I want my body to have more time to heal properly. I feel like,
Yeah. I mean, again,
I
thinking of it
go,
as a guy, like to me, I'm like, oh, it'd be cool. If I think if I was you, I'd be like, no chance I want to be pregnant for at least a year. Just
yeah,
because like, I don't know, you just went through this whole thing. You just gave birth. Now you're breastfeeding, like to then get pregnant again. Like I feel
it's like,
like,
no, yeah.
but then I don't know.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like I don't really feel, I don't know. My only thing is like I totally just want to enjoy the time and not rush. But then it's like I wish there wasn't that like 9 months of pregnancy, because
Yeah.
it's like I want them to be closer in age, but I want more time as well.
Yeah, I see what you're
So
saying.
it's like the battle of like having a baby back to back versus like giving it more time, but I want them to be close. And I know you can have an age gap and still be close.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be that close of an age gap. But I think not right now, but eventually, I
I
definitely want
was gonna say, like my mindset was like, if I was you, I'd be like, oh, like I just was pregnant for so long, like I gave birth, and like now I want to get my body back to where it was. But I feel like your body was back to where it was like
yeah.
almost days later. So like
That
that's not really even like an argument there because
no,
you bounced back so quick.
for me, it was more so because I worked out my entire pregnancy. But I definitely think that I actually feel like I've been able to work out a little bit less recently, but not even because of having a baby, because we've been so busy with
With
JD
other
Fit,
things,
as
yeah.
to where I'm like, I want to like, but I could do that when I was pregnant too. So that really doesn't change my opinion on it. It's like I just want to get back into like every single day, like hard workouts again,
Yeah.
which I've still been working out and like having hard workouts, but not like as consistent as I love. More so for like mental clarity and like other things. But
I just think that's like our schedule though. I don't think that
yeah,
has anything to do with having a child.
no, no, no.
Our schedule has just been a little nuts. But
But I
I don't know. For
definitely,
me, having a kid is so fun and
I
such a
love it.
blessing. Like I cannot. I just think, one blessing. Why not two blessings?
I just think the more the merrier. Maybe I won't be thinking that when we have like a ton of kids, but I still think the more the merrier. But I'm like, okay, that's good. I just really don't know how many kids we'd even want, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like
I
one of those
mean,
things where I'm like, whatever happens, happens. Like I'm not gonna control it. Like it's not in, like I am not the controller of my
I've
life.
always been. Well, okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
Well, I agree. Like obviously, it's in God's hands, but
But it really is like,
I've always been such a community person. Like I just think like same thing with family. Like if we're gonna
mhm.
have like our family, like let's have a big family.
I think one thing too that made me love having a kid even more, in separating like my love for her is like the fact that like I felt like not like scared that we weren't going to be able to do anything, but we didn't know. And we didn't know what it
True.
was going to
You
be like
hear
to
all
have a
the
kid.
stories
And
and like,
obviously it's a little different because we don't fully know. We don't know what she's like as like she's only 3 months old. So we're
but
not
again,
experts in this area.
yeah, but we always say like we're gonna adapt no matter what it is. Like
Yeah.
we adapt, and like even sure, like maybe you don't get to do this anymore or whatever. Like there are gonna be certain sacrifices, of
Yeah.
course,
But I
but like
think it's
also
just,
like the joy and the blessing that always like outweighs any of
it
that.
just makes like life so much fun. Like, I don't know. Like, I just love hanging out with her. I love her so much. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, it's fun. So we'll see.
But yeah, and obviously we got the question: how many more kids do you guys want to have? We don't know. I would say I feel like 3 is a good number.
Yeah. I feel like more than two.
How is parenting going? How would you
Well,
say?
I almost feel like we don't parent yet because she's a baby. I feel like you really don't
That's
parent.
what I think is going to be the biggest like change. Like I always thought this. I thought having a newborn like I was a little nervous cuz obviously we've never done that and like I didn't have much experience with kids, but after having her I'm like okay, I understand how this works. But my biggest concern is like the parenting cuz the parenting is when like I feel like real like skill comes into play. It's like
Yeah.
how am I going to address certain situations, and it's going to be a different situation every day and you really have to adapt. Like maybe she draws on the wall, it's like okay, how do you make her understand that that's not okay, and like how do you punish her, and like then we have to be on the same
I
page.
feel like the main thing that comes from good parenting is like having good character and teaching your
Yeah,
kids to be good kids and love
and being a good
others.
leader
And yeah,
because you
and
lead by
lead by
example.
example and just like obviously not letting them get away with anything and like not even when it comes to punishing, it's like sometimes I think you need to teach them. You don't even need to like punish them right away, but like explain to them why it's wrong and then like I don't think there's anything wrong with like punishing your kids or like yelling at them and telling them no. I also think that there's ways that you can do it. Like, cause there's the whole gentle parenting, then there's like the opposite. I think there needs to be like somewhere in between. And I
Yeah.
think every single kid is completely different. But I think leading by example, loving your kids, and also like teaching them to love and be kind humans to everyone is going to make all the world's difference in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Someone asked, what is one thing you missed that you did before having Sky? I don't
going to the
really.
gym together.
Oh, yep.
Going
That's
to the
it.
gym together.
Yeah.
That's honestly all I can think about because that's the only thing we really can't do anymore.
Yep.
But I would say like I feel like if we lived in Michigan, we still could probably do that because we could have family members watch her here and there. But like even then,
True.
it seems like more of a process. But I also we still get to work out together at home because we're super blessed to have a home gym. So I don't really think it's that big of a deal.
I was gonna say I would say that and like maybe like spending more time together because it almost feels like yeah, like when we both love working out, like even when we were on vacation, it's like that used to be something we definitely did. It was a no brainer. Like
Yeah.
we'd wake up, we'd go hit the hotel gym together and then like go about our morning.
Yeah.
And like it did feel kind of weird because I know we've been on one trip before this, but it was a quick like 2-day business trip. Like this was more like an actual vacation. And it's like it was weird because like I'd wake up, work out, like you'd feed her, then like you'd go work out, and it's like
Yeah.
definitely different.
Yeah, but that's just like a small thing. And I think that we're a little bit different. Like we're weird. We for some reason love working out like on vacation. Like it's like so fun to like wake up, you're in a tropical area, you go to the hotel gym, get a little workout in not long, and then it's like you're hungry and you have like a good breakfast. I don't know, it just like sets the vibes. And I always love doing that with you. And
Yeah.
obviously I realized I love doing that with you, but like when you couldn't do it together, I was like, oh, I wish we could like do this together.
And then also, and I guess this is again just a vacation thing, but when we were on vacation, it's like she had to watch the baby on the beach, and like I would go surf with the buddy, or I'd watch Sky and she would go surf or go in the water. It's like
Yeah, like there's certain things you can't do together, but I also think like
in the future,
when
you
you're
have a
around more people who can like watch your
babysitter,
baby too,
that.
like it's like if someone's like if like we were with a parent or someone like watch the baby, we'll go do this.
It's all fixable stuff.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think nothing has really changed.
I
That's
don't
what I'd
other
say.
than that
Besides
like
that, and that sounds like so simple and not bad.
well
So
she's also a baby, so it's pretty easy to bring her wherever we go, like,
yeah.
So and
This
she's a
is
good
different.
baby.
I'm trying to find questions that aren't just about Sky. Like obviously we love answering questions about her and all of that, but
And she's such a big part
just
of our
trying to
life.
switch it
So
up so it's not just that. Someone said, "What would you do for discipline? Like to create discipline,
or
just like in general."
you just got to do it every single You got to make it a habit. Habit is like almost like, but then I don't know, because I feel like, I don't want to say like I'm such a disciplined person, but like when I say I'm going to do something, I really want to do it. And so like, I don't know, just making it a way so there's no way out.
Yeah, but how do you like create discipline? I would say,
Like
yeah.
you just got to like do it. I don't know. I don't know if there's a way to create it. It's just make it easy as possible.
Set goals so you have something to like motivate you, I guess.
Yeah.
I totally think I read that question wrong. I think they meant like,
They probably
how
meant
would
with
you
Sky.
discipline a child?
Yeah, that's what I read it. That's what I
It's because
thought.
we filmed a fitness video earlier and like we were talking about discipline.
That's what I thought. And then you were like, no, what's it called? How to
Like-
create discipline with a child.
No, how to discipline a child is what
I
they're
think the
asking.
main thing is not letting your, one thing I can't stand is when kids get everything handed to them.
Yeah.
And then they're like brats to their parents and they're pissed because they didn't get the right gift or they didn't get the right this or they think they deserve this. I think teaching your kids, one, is really important. To work for things in life is a valuable lesson to them. You're only helping them if you do that. And I honestly believe if you just give your kid everything that they want, then you're kind of creating a problem, because then they're going to become older and realize that life doesn't just hand you everything. And I think it's good to teach kids work ethic and to be proud of what they do and to really like, I don't know, be passionate about things. Okay, the next question that you guys want to know is, a lot of people kept asking where we're going to travel next.
Ooh.
I thought that was a kind of good one.
Actually, we do have it. We do have something planned.
Yeah, we do.
At first, I was like, I
So-
don't know. Like she kind of looked at me like I was supposed to.
We
say
won't say
something.
where, but we'll say like kind of like what it is a little bit.
Vibes. No,
So,
I,
not vibes, the weather vibes.
Do we? Yeah, I mean, why not? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not a
It's
secret.
not really that too.
Go for
So
it.
we're going to Michigan, and then we're going somewhere else that's cold and somewhere that we've never been before, and we're super excited about that. So that will be in January or February.
That's gonna be in January.
A January thing. Okay, I'm super excited for that, because I always love to have a trip planned for like the new year, because I feel like that's always one of our goals, is to like travel. But I feel like sometimes we don't travel to new places recently. So I really want to go somewhere new. I like to go somewhere new at least once in the year.
Yeah, this is gonna be the first time we've gone somewhere new. I was gonna say in a
No.
while, but that's not true. We went to St. Louis. That was different.
That was new, but that's not. I mean, like somewhere like, not that I didn't want to.
No, that was a work
places.
trip. You mean vacation? I get it. So
Yeah,
this will
yeah,
be
like
vacation, and it's gonna be cool. It's
I've wanted to go here for a while, so
gonna be cold.
I'm super excited
We've
about that.
talked about doing this for so long and never have.
Are we gonna go somewhere for like an anniversary trip?
I was gonna say we honestly have a lot coming up next year. Like we have that trip, and then February we have people coming here, like for a trip. Chris's
Is that late or
thing.
early?
Middle, and then I'm sure family are coming in all around there, and then we have bachelor and bachelorette parties to.
We have a
go to
wedding.
and
We're standing up
plan
at a wedding. I'm so excited. I have a bachelorette party, which I'm like excited, but also sad, because it's gonna be like my first time like totally leaving Sky, which I am like a little. I'm like,
Yeah.
but that's in a while, so I
We
got.
also have a 3-year wedding anniversary. Like, are we doing something for that? I don't know.
Who knows? But we have a lot of fun stuff coming up, especially with travel plans. I feel like we always will make trips and things, but
Yeah.
I love, obviously we are very super, what was that? We're very like fortunate to be able to go on different trips too.
Yeah.
And I think one thing is, trips are always something that I always look back on. Even if it's like a road trip somewhere, just going, even if it was like going up north, like 2 hours with our friends, I always feel like that's what I look back on, reflect in the year of like good memories. So I always want to try and make as many trips as possible.
Yeah, I feel like once you start doing something that's like out of the ordinary, that's kind of what you remember doing like for the year. Cause like obviously like we have our day-to-day stuff we always do.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you go on a vacation, it's like completely different, or not even, it doesn't even always have to be vacation. Like we are blessed to be able to work from like other
Anywhere.
states, anywhere basically with what we do. So it's like we can go do that, and like we still have that memory.
Okay. The question
no.
you guys wanted to know so bad, and everyone is just asking so many questions about this, and
It's your
assuming
fault.
things. No, it's not.
If it's a question,
Okay,
I
it
think it is. It's your fault.
Are you guys moving?
Go ahead, tell them why it's your fault.
Because we're moving. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
because Katie B decided to put in one of our Vlogmas videos, TikTok and Instagram reel that was posted, us house shopping. And I knew we were house shopping. I didn't know that was going to go in there. You edited that
Yeah,
and
but-
posted it.
Were we not? I didn't lie. Like we were like,
No, no, I'm not saying you lied. We were definitely house shopping.
so
I'm just
basically,
saying, was it supposed to go in there? Maybe not. Maybe.
would you put it in there? What's what we did in the day? I was just showing what we did in the day.
I might have left it out, maybe to not create confusion.
Oh, yeah, right. You're so full of shit. Anyway, I put that in there because that's what we did. And everyone's like, wait, you just moved in this house. I'm like, okay, we didn't just move in.
Doesn't
this
it
house.
feel like, I was thinking that, doesn't it feel like we've lived here for so long now?
Yeah, people were, and then even my
You're right,
friend
though.
Bree, she was like, no, well, she was like, you just finished that house. I'm like, no, we didn't.
We've lived here for 3 years.
But like, and maybe it seems like it from that, but we're here every day. So
I
it's like, it didn't feel like we just finished, because we definitely have had this house finished for like a minute, like 2 years.
Yeah, we've added some stuff. Like we added this room, and then like
That was within the first year though.
yeah, but
was all
like,
done
we
within
added
the first year.
ficus. Yeah, we didn't really add that much.
Man, that was like the first year.
But hear me out. I think 3 years in a house I
Is
don't
relatively
think
new.
that's very long.
Okay. I think 3 years, if we were to like rebuild another house, it'd be like, we
Yeah.
just finished this house. Now we're building another one. We were just looking at an already built house. So it's not really like finished versus, I don't know.
True.
But I see where everyone was coming from. But everyone's like, wait, I'm going to miss the OG Arizona house. And I'm like, guys, I didn't even say we were moving. I literally said we were like house shopping. And that doesn't even mean we'd get rid of this house, or, you know, what if that was like an Airbnb or something? But anyway.
Honestly, what really happened is we were talking to my little brother while he was visiting here about moving here. And we were on Zillow. We were searching for houses for a while for him. And then like, I'm like, I haven't been on Zillow in a while.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I wonder what these houses look like. And I started searching around and coincidentally landed on a cool house that I thought was like the right price for what it was in today's market.
So we
and
just
like
kind
a
of wanted
cool
to
fancy area. I
look
was
at
like,
it.
maybe it was a sign. So I was like, oh, they have a booking today. Like,
Yeah.
let's go.
So it's not like a serious, like, oh, we're trying to buy a house or move. Because honestly,
But I would move.
I would move, but I also would stay here. So I am like, it's kind of one of those things like, well, I feel like I'll always be like looking at houses and, oh, gotta go, mom duty.
Mom duties.
But yeah, we're not trying to like move, I guess, anytime soon. But we also, and also a lot of people thought it was like in a different state or something. I was like, no, it's literally, I was like, it's close to our house. Like we were just looking at different houses.
I think Arizona's the spot. I do think like with some things me and Katie discuss, you know, sometimes like that a different house will be something in the plans in the future.
But also
could be next month. It could be in a year. We just don't know.
yeah, I think this house is, I love this house so much. So like
yeah.
there's, I don't know. I have no complaints about this house. I could stay in this house for the rest of my life. I absolutely
Same.
love this house. But also I'm always open to like anything. I don't know.
No, I agree. I really do love like the area our house is in and everything. So like
And
that would
Sky's
be
room
hard
is
to
so
move.
cute.
Yeah.
That is like
100%.
my favorite room.
We did just finish the room, so I guess Bree was.
Oh,
right about
okay,
that
I guess,
to think
yeah.
about.
Okay, last question.
Sure.
This could cause some arguments,
Oh, great.
disagreements.
I'm
Who?
ready.
Does Sky love more?
What was it you were trying to tell me the other day about she like doesn't know the difference or something?
That's
like
what some
someone
moms were
told
telling
you?
me, that like babies don't even really know that they're their own person until like 6 months, because like they still feel like they're part of you. I don't know. That's it. I thought
That could be true. I was just curious.
because of this. They can like smell and like, you know.
yeah. Because she lived inside of you for
It is-
9 months.
It is actually funny. I still feel like she's so tiny and small and like just young that she doesn't really realize, like, if it's not like if I give her to Josh, she cries, or if like she stops crying when I hold her. Well,
I've heard that's a thing.
Sometimes I think she will stop crying if I hold her because she can smell me.
Yeah.
But I don't, and I think now she knows our faces a little bit, but I still don't think she cares like if someone else is holding her. Like it's not like she's like reaching for me, or like she's still pretty young.
I agree. I will notice like when someone else holds her, like whoever's like around, if it's you or me, she'll definitely like be following
Yeah,
us, like
yeah.
with her eyes. But
But I think that's gonna start happening more now, where like she'll realize like that it's not one of us. But like obviously I'm just joking. I don't think Sky loves one of I don't know.
I do think that is a thing. Like obviously,
Well, babies always love their mom, like, because they, I mean, all I get, she came out of my body, not in like a, oh, it was like
Yeah.
more. I will say Josh is so freaking cute with Sky though. I absolutely love it. You're so precious.
yeah. Honestly, I don't know. It's not, to me, it shouldn't be a competition with parents. Like, oh, she loves me more. Like, yeah, we joke about that.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, we'll joke about that. But I don't think it should be actually a serious thing. Like, oh no, like especially when kids get older, it's like, oh, they love me more. Like, I feel
No.
like that's kind of toxic.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
then,
I
like,
agree.
if it was a serious competition, like, I would then be trying to do like whatever to like
But I
to
also,
win. Or like,
but
oh,
I
she loves me
wouldn't,
more.
because I'd want my kid to love their dad too, because I feel like
Yeah,
that relationship is just as important as,
yeah.
the mom to
No,
kid
you need
relationship.
love and you gotta have the respect too.
Obviously, she's a little. Oh, look, she's
Yeah, if you guys didn't know,
she's grabbing the mic.
Sky was taking a nap, and then we had the baby monitor on for the podcast, and she
So now I'm
cried. That's
holding
why
her.
we cropped it, and
She
now
keeps
she's
hitting my
here. And she
mic.
keeps slapping the mic, which means it's time to go. She said, "I'm
She
over
said,
this
"Give me
podcast."
my food.
She
Give me
said,
my
"Pee,
food."
pee." All right, you guys, thanks for watching and listening all of 2023. We're excited for 2024.
Big things coming, and we're excited for you guys to be a part of it. So we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.